Alright, this video is going to cover, I am going to make a landing skid instead of the wheels that currently come on the Lama 400, like so. As you can see, I have broken off the front wheel a couple of times now, and I have epoxied it back on, like I said, a couple times. And you know, it's getting quite annoying to land this thing and have it break all the time. So I'm going to install the typical landing gear or the landing skids from a T-Rex 450, and this video will cover me going through the whole process in high speed. And when we get back, we'll start into it. Okay, as you can see, the back wheels went here, like so, and the front wheel obviously is up here. So what we're going to do is, when they ship this to you, it already had two screw holes here right behind the front wheels on either side that will actually hold a T-Rex 450 landing skid piece. So all we have to do basically is get the back landing skid, okay, on here at somewhere along the frame. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cut one of these up, and I'm going to build, as you can see right here, there is a notch and two holes here that I can actually put a cross brace in here and actually screw it in on either side and have a solid brace back here as to which to screw my rear landing skid into. So when we get back, we'll get into that. Now I'm going to drill out these holes with a regular drill, and we'll go ahead and tap in our screws and we'll continue on. And I'll be back when that's finished. I'm done drilling the holes out, and as you can see, they're not beautiful. They're a little crooked, but that's okay because we're going to have help, because we're going to end up gluing, or epoxying I should say, this piece onto this piece, and then we're going to put a bolt through the center to help hold it all in place. Or what we could do is drill out new holes on either side. Instead of placing one bolt in the center, we could drill out 2 holes here and put a screw like so that would go through all of them like so and stick out just barely a little bit. There's nothing back here, so you can have it hang out a little bit or even a little bit more, but that's the plan, and let's get to it. Alright, when that dries, I will be back and we will install it and get everything back together. Alright, so it's hardened and we are ready to assemble. Like I said before, if you don't want to epoxy it together and you just want to screw it on, you could drill a couple of holes here and use some screws that go all the way through, and it's just as good. That way you can undo it from its mount. But the question is now is whether I can have the best of both worlds. Can I have the wheels on and put my my other gear on at the same time? And to do that, where's my other piece here? To do that, that would mean that I would need to be able to access these screw holes that I put in it on the sides here, while the body is all on, and I would have to be able to access the screw holes to put this on. Now, if you notice these ridges here, or these things that help hold it to a T-Rex 450 body, they are in the way and it won't sit flush, so we're just going to have to take them off. I had to make my holes a little bigger because the screws, the 450 screws, are a little fatter. So now it looks like I should be able to get this on. Alright, so we are just a tad bit off, and it looks like I am just there almost, but not quite. So we're going to do a little modification to this mount. Alright, so what I did is I made these holes quite bigger than the original holes that came on the mount. And what that will allow me to do is, and I also kind of angled them this way when I drilled them in on both sides. I angled the holes that I drilled that way. And I always hated this antenna thing. Got rid of that. Make it clean looking here. There we go. What that'll allow me to do is now I can put the screw in and I can angle it like so on both sides, and that will allow me to put the screw really right where I want it. You don't want the hole so big that the head goes through. If you accidentally do, of course, there's nothing like a good old-fashioned washer to solve the problem. And you could even use a washer like this to slip it over. And then when you set it in, it's nice and firm. And of course, you know, you're going to get, that washer's going to bend because of the angle that you're trying to put the screw in. But let's see how it works. I'm using a little bit bigger washer here just so that I know for a fact that that is not going to slip through, that head isn't going to slip. Okay. And yes, you're probably thinking, hey, he's mounting these backwards so that they're leaning forward. That's only a personal preference. I like them leaning forward. You can have them leaning back. Whatever you want to do, that's up to you, but I like them leaning forward. So on the T-Rexes, of course, you know, they lean back, and again, you can make them lean back if you want. That's fine. That's entirely up to you. But the way we designed it is that so that you could put them forward or backwards. This really doesn't matter. Alright, so now I can successfully see both of my holes on either side that I can screw into now. Now, you could go out and buy the training gear that's supposed to come with it. But I don't know if the height is different, meaning that on the back you'd have a 450 sized mount, and on the front you'd have a 400D size. But all in all, it's there. And that worked perfectly. Close-up shot. Alright, and again, if I put my other one on back here, put the screws in the side, my 4 screws that I have right here, then I will be pretty much done, and I will have a nice set of landing gear, landing skids I should say, for the Lama 400. When you're putting these in, you really don't need both screws, but you can put say one in the back here and one in the front here to keep it from flipping back and forth or moving. Don't put one here and one here. Put one here and one here, or one here and one here. That way it won't rotate. But let me see if I can get these skids on now. Alright, flip her back over. Careful about the servos. And of course this is the front. Voila! You have yourself a set of skids for your Lama 450. Now don't go away just yet. We have a little more we want to do, but there you go. And my wheels are nice, tucked up under and protected. Seems like it's very nicely balanced. It's not going to tip over, and I can put my rubbers on there to keep the skids on, and it looks like they're going to be pretty easy to take off too. So I would just go, like I said, one screw here, and I put two over here, but you could, you know, just put one here. Make sure they're tight. And the good thing is that since this is nice and tight in here, and you actually, if you look close enough, you can see that the outer skid is going to hit the edge of the carbon fiber on a hard landing on in both places, in the front and in the back. So it's actually just as good a design as, you know, and I'm pushing on this thing pretty hard. It's actually just as good a design as the T-Rex 450 and how it's designed. So all in all, I'd say that you know, it's a pretty good job. So it's going to do its job, let's put it that way. Alright, so I got the body on, at least the back half of the body, and I know you're wondering how it went on. And as you can see, it went on really well. I don't need to trim this or anything. You know, if I really was worried about it, I probably could trim around the back a little bit, around the skid, but it all fits together nicely and works very well. Now, different story on the front, however. The front, I played around with it, but as you can see, I made some marks with a pen on where I'm going to have to trim this so that it will fit nicely. Surprisingly, I thought I was going to have a problem on the back because of the plate that I made and all that, and surprisingly it's these right here that are really causing a fit. So I'm just going to snip this and cut around. Actually, let me go redo this. So I thought I was going to have to, or I thought I was going to have a problem on the back, but the back went on fine. Shit. Take two. Alright, so I'm apparently I cut the wrong way, so I'm just gonna finish that off like that. And to be nice, I'm going to make the other one look just like it. Not that you ever really see the bottom of your helicopter anyway. If people are looking at the bottom of your helicopter, that probably means you crashed it. Alright, but what we really want to trim is right along there, up to that body line. Bend this a little bit. Alright. I'm going to cut right at that body line. Cut there at the body line. Get rid of those pieces. Make it look a little better here. Alright, so my screws are in. These are other screws that I was playing around with. They are not from the Lama. Alright, so finished product with skids. But if you notice, when I set it down, move this stuff out of the way, it flops backwards. Here it's on the skids, and here it flops backwards. Here it's on, flops backwards. Now, that's because I have the little rubber things to hold on the skids on the back. Okay? So, what you can do to solve the problem is, let me grab some skid nuts here. My box of crap. Alright. We can just add another nut right there on the back. And look at that. Perfect. Alright, there's the other one. Perfect. Yes, I like a lot. And it doesn't look too out of place. It looks like a helicopter still. It doesn't look weird. It doesn't look out of place. I might want to paint the tubes, other than silver. I might want to paint them another color or something just to match the body and the paint scheme that's going on. But other than that, that's it. That is putting skids on your Lama 400. Thanks for watching.